And a very happy 4th of July to everybody. Can you believe we're saying happy 4th of July? It's a celebration. Can you believe it's Independence Day? Seems like we just got into the year. Now we're always over past the half year mark. Time is flying so fast, but you know what? We are here today so that we can talk with you about safety during this holiday season. What I want to really express to everybody today, I know we're all off and we're at home, we're enjoying ourselves. So please tell somebody to tell somebody. Make sure you tune in because we're going to be talking with the Chief of Police, Chief Randel. He's going to be telling us about things that how we can have fun with our families and be safe during this holiday season because everybody loves the fireworks. And I want to say good morning, Chief, and I tell you, to get up, we got to tell the people now how to fire those firecrackers so fast because some of them sound like a gun.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the kids are already firing them off already. Have you noticed that? I mean, in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I was the other day. I was like, boom, boom, boom. I said, what is that? Is it 4th of July yet?
No. We've gotten several calls for service in reference to fireworks being discharged. And you know, the interesting thing about it is in the city limits of Pensacola, it's against the law to utilize fireworks.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. I mean, basically the only thing you can have in the city is sparklers.
The little thing you have for Christmas?
Yeah, the little things you have for Christmas. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I remember we used to have those around the tree, the little silver things.
Yes. But hey, you got to be careful with those because they burn at a very, very high rate. So you have to be very careful and supervise the kids when they have those sparklers. So.
Unbelievable. But you know what? I want to thank you for coming in so we can make sure that we get the community ready for the holiday because I know everybody excited. They're outside, the grill going, and they got those great big things that are going poof, and they go up. I mean, it sounds like a cannon.
Oh yeah. And thank you for having me on here for the 4th of July. It's such a great time of the year for everybody to get together, have a great time, but to safely have a great time.
Absolutely.
Enjoy each other, enjoy the family, enjoy the neighbors and neighborhood, and just enjoy the community
and that
as a whole.
Chicken, you know,
yes.
Chicken on the grill without that skin.
Some barbecue ribs.
Ooh, no, he said, no chicken, the barbecue rib. Give me the chicken. Cook it so hard till it's dry. That's how I like mine, okay? But I mean, all of that, we can have fun, but yet practice because you know the kids are going to be ready.
Yes.
And it's just that I know that you deal with this every single day, all kinds of safety, how we have to keep our communities safe. And I just want you to talk to us today about safety because I saw you had a book you brought with you today.
Oh, just a few things. You know, safety is always important, and we should be safety minded each and every day.
Right.
But when we get around the holiday season, we should be even more cautious about how we do things. One of the things I tell people is to make sure you pack your patience. So we have a fireworks display as every year annually that'll be downtown on Bayfront.
Right.
That'll be the 4th of July that night. So if you want to partake in fireworks in the city, come downtown and enjoy a professional done fireworks, beautiful fireworks display.
That.
Yes, ma'am.
That's going to be so much fun. It's right there on the water?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow. So that's going to be today?
That would be on the 4th of July, yes. Today on 4th of July, yes.
Right. And that's going to be later to downtown?
Yes. Downtown, the fireworks should go off around 9 o'clock.
Right.
You know, sometimes it depends on when sunset and how dark it gets because we want to make sure, you know, we got the greatest view of the fireworks there along Bayfront Parkway.
No doubt. Golly, that's going to be pretty, guys, but... You know, therefore, if you don't want to be shooting them things at home scaring me, because you know what I get sometimes, Chief? Oh, God. When it starts on the 3rd at midnight, they go off so much they keep you awake. I mean, some people really get into that. And is it any time that when those great big, I don't know what they're called, those great big things like a rocket,
right?
Can they start a fire?
Yeah, so remember, what goes up must come down.
Right.
And today's fireworks are not the same fireworks from back in the day when you had little bottle rockets and, you know, firecrackers. I mean, these things today are the commercial version of it are very, very well made, and they, like you said, they sound like cannons when they go off. I mean, it's almost like your own personal fireworks display, but you have to do that stuff safely. And then once again, I really have to make sure the public in the city of Pensacola understands that fireworks in the city of Pensacola is illegal, and you can be charged with that.
I did not know that.
Yes.
So y'all better be careful. They're going to be out there full force. I mean, good God Almighty. So how long has that been in effect? A long time?
That's been in effect for quite a while. So the state did revise the law to allow for fireworks and by state code, by state statute, to allow for fireworks in the counties for very specific holidays.
Right.
But it allowed for a carve out in the state statute for cities or municipalities to have a section to still prohibit them.
Right.
And so the city of Pensacola still prohibits the use of fireworks in the city of Pensacola. But like I said, we always have a very professional fireworks display on the 4th of July and other holidays. So come partake in that. And we have a great big festival, food trucks and things of that nature. Family fun, can set up your chairs along Bayfront Parkway and enjoy a professionally done fireworks display.
And
because
safe.
Yes, and safe.
And it's safe. And you know, Chief, I know with your line of duty and with you being the chief, I know you deal with a lot of things, like even not only with the 4th of July, how we try to practice safety and to get that to be part of our daily routine. And even coming up to the holiday, just like I was over off East Street here last week, and this guy, I think we were talking about the firecrackers like we used to have back in the day. He had a backup, he just lit it and just threw it.
Yeah.
Down the street. You should have seen those kids running because they didn't know what it was. That can cause problems too.
Yes, it can cause problems. It can cause panic. And you know, also too, some things that we have to be mindful of too is we have a lot of people that suffer from PTSD. Animals, I mean your dogs, your cats, and things of that nature on these holidays when you're shooting off fireworks. Those loud noises and causes stress to your animals. And not only, like I just said, the people that suffer from PTSD and things of that nature can be very, very dramatic for them as well. So these are the things that we really don't think about every day, but that can be that can cause issues with those people that may suffer from things like that nature.
Did you say dogs?
Dogs, yes, ma'am. Dogs.
What do they do? Whoop, whoop, whoop.
They can cause anxiety. I mean,
really?
because yes, they can cause anxiety. If your animal is not used to those loud noises and those booms and things of that nature, it can really cause an issue for animals as well.
I did not know that. Well, I don't have animals, so maybe that's why I look at my neighbor and go, okay, well, that's that dog over there howling. Okay, but
Yes,
you
ma'am.
understand what I'm saying.
Yes, ma'am.
But it's so important that we take on to what we're talking about and make sure we practice safety. Even let's talk about guns. I mean, because you know, I've heard people when those fireworks start, they'll use a gun till you never know the difference.
Yes, that is another issue that we see around, not only in the community, but around the country as well, where we have celebratory gunfire. And like I just said a few minutes ago, what goes up must come down. And that is a very dangerous thing to be doing, is firing a gun in the air as celebratory gunfire, because, I mean, we've had instances that people, you know, how property gets struck, a car gets struck, a bullet comes through someone's roof, or someone could get struck. I mean, that's how dangerous, that projectile's got to go somewhere. That projectile is not going into space. That projectile is coming back down and landing somewhere.
You know, I didn't think about that because that's true. So the power of it is when it goes up, it's just still got to come back down. It's going to land somewhere. And with this gun, you don't know where it's going to land.
You don't know where it's going to land and how far away it's going to land, or if it's going to come back in the same area. So that is very, very dangerous.
Oh my goodness.
And irresponsible as well.
You got that right, because who would want to do that? Because I know a person that did that. I went off. I said, don't you ever, this was years ago, right?
Right.
Way before I moved to Florida, okay? But what, they did that, and I thought that was really irresponsible, because they thought, we were at this party, as a matter of fact, and they thought that, oh, watch this, I'm going to do this. Don't do that. That could hurt somebody, because you don't know who can get hurt.
Yeah.
And that is so sad. But even with that, with the 4th of July, not just any holiday, with the line of work that you go in, how do we work with, you and your team work with, trying to teach the young people, not only the young, but those who get these guns, just I think they just use them so not thinking. With the death that we see, and with the job that you have, how do you handle that, Chief? Get that message across about the safety.
We have to be very, very proactive, not only from the law enforcement and public safety side of the house, but it's just us as a community as a whole. The responsibility lies on us, but also lies on the parents in the household and guardians as well.
Right.
We all play a role in protecting society and making sure society stays safe, especially when it comes to firearms and the use of firearms. I think parents and guardians should teach their kids respectably and appropriately about firearms, and guns are not toys. I know we have, you know, when you're growing up, you had a little cap guns and things of that nature, but as kids grow older, you need to understand what a firearm is and the things that a firearm is used for, and the consequences of using a firearm in the most inappropriate way.
Exactly. When you mentioned, I remember back in the day when my brothers, they used to have that little cap gun, right?
Right.
But do kids even play with that anymore?
Well, what they have now is we see a lot of kids with what we call airsoft. These are the plastic BB pellets that that kids play with nowadays. So
that can hurt.
Yes.
It's not like that little cap just going pap, 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 the little spark, right?
Yes. I mean, they're brought for one purpose, you know, for sporting and games and things of that nature. But, I mean, there have been instances where someone has utilized one of those guns and displaying it in a criminal manner,
Really?
And you can't tell the difference between.
They look that much?
They look that much real, like a real gun.
Really? So therefore you can have that gun out there, somebody who's really got a gun, then that's going to cause a problem. You got a BB gun.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God! So how? I mean, do the parents go out and buy that? They think that's just something to play with?
Well, I think
go out and get it?
you know, just my perspective. I mean, most people are probably getting those things, the airsoft for a very specific purpose. You know,
right.
for airsoft tournaments and things of that nature. Because you can go to a lot of different the venues and fields and things of that nature, and have
right.
different play different games with those, or have different events with those.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes people, just like with anything, would take one thing and turn it into something else.
No doubt.
Use it in a negative way, and there could be dire consequences for that.
Absolutely. We're talking with the chief of police right here at Pensacola, and I tell you, we're finding out some things that we really need to take heed to today, not only on the 4th of July, but every single day of our lives, because gun violence, that's real. And we got to make sure we educate. When I say that, Chief, I think about the range where you can go out to learn how to use a weapon.
Right.
And get the right credentials to have the weapon where you can protect yourself in your home.
Right.
But I would encourage everybody, if they would or if they could, to take those lessons on how to handle a weapon. So you understand what I'm saying. Am I looking in the right way by saying that?
Yes, you are correct.
Right.
There are programs out there and training programs out there, training classes out
Mm-hmm.
there to teach you the appropriate way of handling a weapon and when not to use a weapon.
Right.
Because sometimes there may be a situation where inserting a weapon into the scenario could create more of a problem than
Yes.
it was without it. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I want to throw that in because I thought about that, because I said I'm going to take gun lessons because I grew up in the country, man. I know how to handle a shotgun. I mean, my daddy showed us how to, we grew up down in the woods down there in Alabama. But even with that, I just encourage people to find out how to use these things, and as well as with these firecrackers and stuff that we're talking about for today at 4th of July. There are so many kids that's going to be, and I think about these little kids who get out there and you talk about, let's give them the little sparkler things. Let's let them shake those things and not those big old cannons, and because everywhere you see now, there's a place on every corner trying to sell these fireworks.
Oh yeah.
Every kind you can get. So I mean, how, with what you do every day, and with this being a holiday, with the fact that we have so many, I hear more about young people with the guns than I do the older ones. I'm being real.
Mm-hmm.
I read about that more. Is it that they feel? I think that sometimes when they shoot, do they think maybe in their head when they've done this, say, "Oh, I got to go do this because now I have no way out." Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Right.
When you do something, if it's like instant, okay, then you think about, what have I done? Do you think that affects them that way? Children, the younger people.
There are a whole list of dynamics that come into play when we talk about gun violence and the use of firearms,
Mm-hmm.
and the shootings that we have seen in our region and around the country. There's a whole different mix of how society, some in society looks at things. There is this, some think this may be a video game where you can reset life. I mean, you can't reset life when you pull that trigger and someone is severely injured and or unfortunately killed.
Right.
And the impacts that have, the long-lasting impacts that have on not only the victim, the family, the neighborhood, the community as a whole, the person that pulled the trigger,
right.
their family, but the impact that has. There's some studies that talk about the crime calculator, where the pulling of a trigger in aggravated assault, because on the wages that are lost, the hospitals that's involved, the prosecution. I mean, it could those dollars add up and affect the community.
Right.
In dollars that has to be spent and dollars that has to be lost. That's the cost of crime, and then you multiply that by the amount of incidents that go on in any particular community, and you can see how that starts capitalizing, that starts increasing, and things of that nature.
Wow.
But it's becoming, people have become so desensitized to violence. It's almost become acceptable, and it shouldn't be acceptable, because Many people are affected by this, and there are those that we don't, a lot of times, most don't think about, those that maybe not affected, so to speak, that were involved in the incident. But what about the kids and the families and the community members that witness things like this?
Oh my God.
I mean, the PTSD, the post-traumatic stress that they go through, and the counseling that they need, because they have to live with these images and these impacts for the rest of their lives.
Oh my God. I tell you, that is really, 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 really hard to just even fathom. But we are talking with the Chief of Police right here at the Pensacola Police Department, Chief Randel, and he's got some more education he's going to educate us with today. And my next question to him is going to be, how is it, because when you know that you pulled that trigger, that's it. No more coming back. That's gone. That person is gone. We'll talk more right here on Sunshine's Corner. Stay close.
Empire Truck Sales, located at 2255 West Detroit Boulevard in Pensacola, is your Freightliner, Western Star, Detroit Diesel, and Cummins dealer for Northwest Florida. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., Saturdays and Sundays, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., providing sales, service, and parts. Empire Truck Sales is also your Oasis dealer for Freightliner custom chassis RV and motorhome repairs. Running I-10 will get you in.
Many who consider facial plastic surgery are concerned their results will look unnatural. But with over 20 years of serving the Pensacola community, his thousands of satisfied patients have made Dr. Derek Jones a trusted reconstructive and facial plastic surgeon known for industry-leading results that look natural. Call 850-484-FACE to schedule a consultation at one of our locations in Pensacola and Gulf Breeze.
I'm Dr. Derek Jones. Trust your face to a facial plastic surgeon.
Lloyd's Glass and Correct Calibration Services is a one-stop shop because you can come get your windshield replaced, and right behind that replacement at the same appointment, we will calibrate the cameras, and when you leave, everything's ready to go. There's no need to go to the dealership, or there's no need to come back for another appointment. We just take care of it at one time. We put the customer first, and we strive to do everything right the first time.
Lloyd's Glass and Correct Calibration Services, your one-stop shop with same-day service.
There are many reasons someone may need in-home care, whether it may be respite care, them recovering from surgery, or having a chronic condition. Having someone dedicated and reliable is imperative. Supplemental Support Care Services was created to provide to those who are in need with quality care that they deserve in the home. Taking it a step further, our main goal is to ensure that Supplemental Support Care Services is where the love and care is top priority.
And welcome back to this 4th of July edition of Sunshine's Corner. Hopefully you're having a great holiday. Don't forget now, today is about celebration. Today is about family. And we've got the Chief of Police here with us talking about some things that are absolutely important for the family and the entire community, as a matter of fact. But Chief, what I was saying to you right before we went to break, you know, when we were talking about how it affects everybody when there's gun violence, and we're talking about this because I don't want anybody to go out there during this holiday and get loosey-goosey with their gun. You know what I'm saying? Because, right. I mean, everybody's going to be out having a good time. I don't want to wake up and read something that's going to have me shaken up for the next 3 days. But when what I was about to say is that when it affects that way, you think about when a person pulls that trigger, that's it. If that person dies, that's it. You can't come back. I mean, that family's affected, the other family's affected, those people who saw it, those little kids. I'll never forget when that young man over in Alex Court several years ago, when I saw how your team was getting those kids from around that young man who had got shot. Mm-hmm. And I said, oh my God, these kids, and they were just walking like, but I know that they had to do something here. You know what I'm saying? And what you do, and what I've noticed, and I love it so, is how you allow the kids to come up and touch you. They come up and they talk to you. Well, you the police. You really the chief. I mean, the way that may not be the question, but I can see the joy in their faces because there was a time they was afraid of the police.
Right.
And I look at how I tell you, when y'all were doing that tug of war, that was so funny to me. But you sat there and allowed those kids to just grab on you, love on you, and that was so important in my eyes. That you do that. I mean, that says something about how and what you're doing here in our city, because our kids are our tomorrow, and we got to make sure we stay focused on them. I just want to commend you on that, because every time I see you, they're all over you.
Thank you.
They are all over you. So therefore, that what you are allowing them to feel comfortable with you, and that's what we want. And I appreciate all that you do. And they be pulling on you like crazy. I know you be ready to go sometime, maybe like, but they have you. But that's a good thing. Yes. And we were talking about with mental health and all this, and with the fact we're not just talking about the fireworks that's going off today, but you see, sometimes people are like, okay, I got some fireworks for you. I don't want to hear about those fireworks. And we're just talking how we can make things better. And I know you probably have better ideas than me, because you deal with it every day, because I'll go home and shut the door. You know what I'm saying? But what the things that you deal with, and how, with your whole team, you all have a lot ahead of you, and I know this. And just give us some things that you deal with and how we can make it better. Because as a community, I believe we work together, we can do better.
Oh yeah, and that's the key. Mm-hmm. The key to what we do in law enforcement is working together in collaboration and in coordination with our community. It's important to listen to the community as well, and kind of get a sense from the community of what's going on, how the community is feeling. Because we can use data and all this stuff to kind of tell us one story, but the real story behind what's going on is when we talk to people and we engage people.
Right.
Because my data can tell me one thing, but if you're not feeling safe in your neighborhood, in your house, then something's amiss. Absolutely. So that's why it's important to stay connected with the community and work together and have those conversations. And those conversations occur all the time, each and every day, not just in a meeting form, but the everyday interaction with law enforcement, especially Pensacola Police here in the city.
Absolutely.
And you talked about the opportunities of being out with the kids and being able to be close and up personal with the kids. This past month we had our Camp Chaos.
Yep.
53 kids that were brought into the police department for a week long, where the officers and myself interacted with these kids to kind of help build that relationship.
53, y'all had
a lot of kids, a lot of energy.
Yeah, you go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I can hear it. But go ahead. They want to cut across. I'm thinking about 53.
No, it's great. But I mean, that's what keeps us going. Making sure that we can protect the community and make sure everyone feels safe, everyone feels valued, and everyone has a great time here in Pensacola. Because, like I've always said, I've been around this country, been in the military, I've been around the world. But this is the gem of Florida here. Yeah. They don't call this the Emerald Coast for no reason. But Pensacola is a beacon. Pensacola is a beacon for not only the Florida, but for the United States of America.
Of
course. This year we were awarded, named the 4th safest city in America. I mean, you don't get that by just
really?
Chance. That is hard work of the men and women of the police department, the staff of the city, and the community as a whole. A collective team effort working together each and every day to make sure it's safe. Now, we do have a lot of things we have to address and continue to address each and every day, but it's about putting forth, empowering the workforce, empowering the men and women of the police department to go forth and make sure Pensacola remains the vibrant mecca of a city that it is here on the Gulf Coast.
That's good. Hey, no, that's top. So y'all better move to Pensacola. Come on down, get that. What was I told when I first moved here? Oh, you're not going back. Now that you got the sand in your toes, you're not going anywhere. Been here for a while now. But that's good to know. And that also says something about you and the team that work with you. That says a lot, because it takes collectively across the board, we got to work together to put a cease to the things that are happening. And obviously what you're doing is working.
Oh yes, the men and women, my team works hard each and every day. Listening to the radio, seeing them on calls for service, because I'm the chief. I don't sit in the office all day. I mean, I'm out and about around the town. So many people running to me each and every day.
I know.
I'm out there with my officers, because I want to have a sense of what they are experiencing.
Right.
Because when it comes to me as the head of the organization to make decisions one way or another, I want to have a true understanding of what the men and women of the organization are seeing, what works, what doesn't work, and what direction do we need to go. But also getting that feedback from them is important as well, and that collective feedback from the community. And that's how we do. We continue to strive and move forward, but also empowering them to be able to make the decisions, to being able to be in a place to make change, and things of that nature.
Good grief! You know that says something else. I believe in that also. When you put our resources together, there's nothing that we can't do. And but I commend all of yourself, and I know you're out there, because I could be driving, I see you. You're out there, and you're not that person that just sits in the office, and that says something, that speaks volumes. And every event that I go, I see you. I'm saying that in a positive way. I'm gonna, hey chief, I'm gonna see him, but that's called community involvement, and that's a good thing. But you know what, your officers, right? All the ladies and gentlemen that work, I know that's got to be some difficult time, especially with the things that go on for them. To keep going on day by day. Put a pin in it. I was watching a show, and I saw one of the old people on one of them shows from Dateline from Florida.
Oh yeah, Pensacola Police Department has been on many of the Dateline series about different things that have happened.
I can't think of his name, but I said, oh my God, I know him. He was on there talking about something that happened. I said, look at him, big stars.
Yeah.
Well, his name gonna pop up before it's over, because I know him well, but I cannot think of his name. And he always makes me laugh when he comes over to the Fricker. He knows I'm over there a lot. And one day he said he made the kids really smile, right? He said, trying to go across the street. He said, watch the kids. He said, hold up. He stopped the traffic. He said, come on with the group, right? The kids, oh, look at Miss Sunshine. She got the police. But he did that. That was the thing for the kids.
Yes, ma'am.
To see how that the police are there for you, to help, even if it's just going across the street to stop the traffic. And I thought that was great. But when they go through situations, I'm sure, but you all have a series of other things that you do also. What's that class called that you can take?
Oh, the Citizen Police Academy.
Yes. People can get involved with that.
Yes, the Citizen Police Academy is an excellent opportunity to come on board and be able to experience. It's 11 weeks now. We've actually revised it to it's 11-week course that's very immersive. You come in, it's not like you sitting there every week for a lecture. You're getting involved. And there's a lot of different fun things that we put together to make sure we keep everybody interested.
Right.
And each year we change it just a little bit based off the feedback. And that's what I talk about, that feedback from the community.
Right.
So we get that feedback from prior classes, and we go and tweak things to make it that much more immersive and much more better. So the class that the last person took that may have referred someone to the new class,
right,
there's going to be a little
something
bit different twist
in the next one.
Yes.
Okay, so you're teaching them what you all go through daily, or how to be a police officer?
How to be a police officer, what a police officer experiences daily, all the different divisions of police officers, how we investigate crimes, how we interview, crime scene, what it's like to be a patrol officer, what it's like to be a dispatcher, what records do. There's a lot of different things. Everything about the business of policing. So law enforcement is like a little small business, because there's a lot of things that go on. Most of the time you just see the uniformed police officers and the detectives, but in the background there's a lot of professional staff that are making the wheels turn in the background.
Absolutely. So they get to go through all of that.
Yes, ma'am. Get to go through all
it's
that.
It's 11 weeks.
11 weeks.
Oh wow. When's the next one?
The next one will be around February or March. So probably later on in the year we'll be sending out some notifications to start signing up for it.
I gotta have somebody on so we can let them know, get them back on, get out there, I might take that class.
Come on down.
I might just take that. This is Officer Sonshine. But no, I think that's good though. And do you ever let anybody ride in the car that's against the law now?
No, we have ride-alongs that come out
really?
As well. Yes, we do.
So if I want to do a ride-along just to take notes?
Yep, ride-along. We put on a small, brief course about ride-along, because, being ride-along is, there is some inherent dangers there, because we try to make sure that you're 100% safe, but there's always, because you're in an environment, you're in the law enforcement environment, you're in a patrol car.
I'm in that car.
So anything can go on. So, but we try to make sure the ride along is safe. We won't take you into, if there's a crime in progress, we try to make sure.
You got to worry about me. I'm gonna lay down on the floor if I see something. Oh, really?
Yes.
But what's the process? I may want to do that for real, and we'll have a show about that on TV.
Okay. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, it'd be nice. Yep. So right now, just reach out to me, and I'll make sure you can get the appropriate paperwork filled out.
Right.
There should be a link on our website.
Right.
Pensacola.com, PensacolaPolice.com, and I'll be able to take you through the steps and fill out the paperwork. And like I said, there's a small, brief class that you take. I can't remember exactly how long it is, but it's an online course that you take. Just kind of give you some of the do's and don'ts and what a ride-along program entails and what you may encounter. But like I said, the name of it, the whole premise of it is to expose community members to police work, but also to make sure that you're safe as well.
Exactly.
But there are, those, there's only so much we can control. There's so many variables out here, but we want to make sure it's a safe. We want to make sure it's a safe experience.
What happened, 12? What happened, 12?
Now you're going back in the day.
You got that right. I mean, can I get a uniform?
Come on,
I'm just
Sonshine. Yes, you can get a uniform. Yes, we are hiring, so we got a special spot for you.
I mean, but no, that's something I'd like to do, to share that with the audience.
Yes.
Of that ride along, right? I think that will be so informative to let people know in the fact. I think that would be good TV. So get ready, we're gonna make that happen.
Yeah,
Officer Sonshine and Chief Randel.
Yeah, we can go. Hey, matter of fact, we can turn that into a show. We can do a ride along one day. I mean, you can ride along and go out in the community and see what's going on.
That's what I'm talking about. Get ready. We're gonna do this, and that will be just simply great, so people can see. You know what I'm saying? That, and I want our kids not to ever be afraid of the police.
Oh no. There's no need to be afraid of us. I mean, we are ordinary people charged with doing extraordinary things. So we're just like everybody else. And we're part of the community.
Absolutely. And I mean, because some kids, I think, when they watch TV and they see Madea, I mean, well, I say that because Madea said, I'm not afraid of the popo. I mean, come on, popo. But you know some kids say that.
Yes.
It's the popo.
Yes.
They've seen Madea. I don't want to laugh because I can't stop. But no, I've heard of kids, especially over there with those kids. Mm-hmm. Miss Sonshine, that's the popo.
Yeah, I've been at Fricker and they be like, hey, Mr. Popo.
Yeah. But that's ingrained in them. But I say this too, though, for them to feel comfortable enough to say to you, hey, Mr. Popo.
Yeah.
But that says also something about you, that you've broken that barrier to let them know. That is also good. And I'll say something about the police department. I love the fact, and I still have this picture where we were doing an egg hunt and it rained, we had to go on the inside. How you guys got down on the floor with those kids. I thought that was amazing. I got those pictures, I mean, on the floor, but those kids were like just eating candy crazy, but they were taking your candy and everybody else's candy, but they felt good enough that they can do that. And everybody, see, it's the 4th of July, it's the holiday, but what we're talking about that happens every day. So let your 4th of July, what's rolling on today, roll into your everyday. We got more information coming up with Chief Randel with the Pensacola Police Department right here on Sonshine's Corner. Need a new outfit for a special occasion? Look no further than Viola's Men's Apparel. Viola's has been providing the latest styles and accessories in Pensacola for over 20 years now. We have clothes for every occasion, and we offer consultations and group discounts. You can trust that our care, quality, and class will be unmatched. Viola's Men's Apparel, for all of your menswear needs.
This is Wayne at Icon Automotive in Robertsdale, Alabama, and I wanted to tell you more about our powertrain warranty forever. It comes with any vehicle we sell that has 80,000 miles or less at no additional cost to you. We put our vehicles through a tough safety and mechanical inspection before it can have the powertrain warranty forever, giving you a peace of mind with your purchase. This warranty is good anywhere in the country, and it covers 100% of parts and labor with no mileage limit, and is covered as long as you own the vehicle. Come pick out your dealership car at non-dealership pricing with the powertrain warranty forever at Icon Automotive.
Watch a new episode of Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m., hosted by Sergeant Melanie Peterson and David Craig. Your tips may be eligible for a cash reward, featuring items about officer training, various aspects of police work, and crime prevention information. You'll hear about upcoming family-friendly engagement events as well. Don't miss Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m.
Go back to being a kid again. Head on over to Bubba's Sweet Spot. We've got house-made caramels, fudge, pralines, marshmallows, and lots and lots and lots and lots of chocolate. Looking for more traditional candy? We've got you. Our walls are covered head to toe in all the classics, from taffy to gummies and lollipops to gumballs. And don't forget our ice cream. With endless toppings and dipped cones, we've got what you're craving. Let us take you back to a time when every problem could be solved with candy. At Bubba's Sweet Spot.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town. Happy 4th of July to everybody. Hopefully you're having a great celebration and enjoying your day. And you know what? This is early in the morning, so you look. Now, when you finish this show, now you can share with somebody how you can be safe today with fireworks and have fun with the family. Eat that barbecue, but don't just go out just any kind of firework. You want to get a sparkle. Play with that sparkle. I mean, I got to go back to that sparkle, Chief, because I didn't think they still had those.
Yeah, they still have sparkles.
I mean, I can remember when I was a little kid.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That was the highlight for Christmas.
That is the highlight. But I would say, even though sparklers are allowed in the city, please be careful because they burn very, very hot. And you can be seriously injured with just sparklers. But supervise your kids with sparklers.
Do you ever get calls where these people get hurt with these firecrackers?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. And I'll tell you, you've seen the fireworks that are on display in stores now.
Right.
And selling. I mean, these things are massive. So it's not your 1980s firecracker anymore. I mean, you got big explosives. Basically, what it is, and one of those things go off, they can cause some massive damage not only to you as an individual, but to a group or to a home or something like that.
Exactly. Because I've seen, the firecracker we're talking about. There used to be the little bitty something. It was about this long.
Right.
Had a little piece out. You fire it and you throw it.
Right.
But now you got those, what do you call them, cherry bombs?
Cherry bombs and whatever else you call them, explosives.
Exactly, they blow up big. But what we're trying to encourage everybody to do today. Now, Chief, let's just say if somebody is watching today and they want to find out anything about this, how can they get in touch with anyone down at the station?
Okay, so if you want to get in touch with anybody at the station, our phone number is 435-1845. That's the non-emergency number.
Right.
Especially if you see someone doing fireworks and things of that nature in the city limits. But you can call that and get information, or we can have an officer respond in reference to the situation that may be going on.
Don't dial 911.
Unless
there's something really, really bad.
Right. I mean, I'm not going to say you can't dial 911 if you can't remember that number, but 911, let's save that for more emergent life and death situations.
I got you. I agree. I mean, because sometimes I'm a TV person, as you can see, because I've seen things where people goes, okay, I got this cat on my porch. I'll just use that as an example.
Right.
But let's use it to our best of our abilities. Around the grills today is going to be something else. Also, that's a lot of fire.
Yes.
And we got to be careful with that. And when you're out and about traveling, drinking.
Yes, that's another issue that we see is drinking and driving, intoxicated drivers. If you're going to have a drink, make sure you plan ahead, have a designated driver, or utilize some of the services that are out there. You have Lyft and Uber, great services. They even have an app now that can track you to your location. You can see the driver for safety. There's a lot of safety bells and whistles into those particular apps, especially Uber and Lyft. So I mean, that is another safe way to get to and from your location, so you're not out there driving around intoxicated. Because
I didn't know that.
Yes.
So you don't have to be over there wobbling all over the road.
No, because 9 times out of 10 you're going to get stopped by a police officer, and then there's going to be a DUI, a driving under influence investigation, which could result in your arrest, and then now your life can start spiraling downhill from there, because there's a court process, license suspensions, criminal conviction. So I mean, that one little drink while you're driving and you get stopped, that's one aspect of it. Well, something more, even more heinous could happen. You could crash, hurt yourself, injure somebody else. I mean, there's a whole host of things that can happen.
What's that legal amount? I mean, what's that, when you blow that thing, what's that? It shouldn't...
0.08.
That means you're drunk.
Yes. That's you're at the legal limit or above the legal limit at 0.08.
0.08.
Yes. But my suggestion is, if you had anything to drink, don't chance it. Don't chance it, because there are a lot of scientific factors that come into play.
Right.
And you hear it all the time, where I didn't have anything to eat, body weight, things of that nature. So you never know. It's not like you walk around with a device and say, I'm at 0.05 and I'm safe to go. No. If you're going to have a drink, don't drive. Utilize the services.
So your weight, do something with it?
Yeah, weight, how much you ate, and things of that nature can have an effect.
I heard people say, well, I better eat this fried chicken now. I don't drink, never have. But I've heard people say, let me eat something, have some grease on my stomach so this won't.
I don't think there's no scientific evidence of
I'm just saying
that and affecting, but yeah.
Get you some chicken.
But yeah, so my suggestion is, if you're going to have that drink during the holiday, don't drive. There are a lot of resources out there. Designated driver, Uber, Lyft, and things of that nature, or cab. So.
A what?
Or cab.
Oh, okay. I thought you said cab. That's somebody else. But see, there's so many ways that we can be safe, and we're just trying to reiterate the fact that you can enjoy this holiday, but yet be safe. And think about the fireworks that's going on downtown there at Bayfront, right?
That's right.
I mean, come on the water, 9 o'clock. 9 times out of 10, people don't have to go to work on Friday because the 4th is on Thursday this year. You know what I'm saying? So tomorrow you'll be at home. You can relax, and Saturday and Sunday you got the whole weekend.
Got the whole weekend to have a good time.
That's right.
Have a safe good time.
There you go. And don't be calling now that somebody got to come get you out the ditch. I'm just having fun trying to make them think straight, okay? But no, it's always in laughter, but in good things. But I'll say this to you, that with the fact that we are what you say now, we're at the top with safety, right? So we're doing something right.
We are the 4th safest city in the U.S.
In the United States.
In the United States of America, yes.
We're the 4th safest.
4th safest.
That says something. I thought we were going to be way down to the bottom. I'm just saying, that's just me. I didn't think out of all the cities in the world, Pensacola. And we in Pensacola, everyone should celebrate that, because that is not an easy feat to accomplish. Number 4. And that is collectively with the work that is done by the men and women in law enforcement, the men and women that work in the city, and in our community as a whole. I mean, we all have worked hard to get there. Absolutely. And I see so many of these guys. It's a place that I see also. They've been doing this for years. On a Saturday morning, over on Cervantes and Pace, it's a bunch of guys right there with red shirts on. They've been doing that for years.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
The red shirts, they be out there. And I want to just, hats off to, what's his name, Clinton. He has taken over the 100 Black Men. They're doing a lot of things for the kids too. And I think that's what you're talking about when everybody's coming together to work with the police department. The police department is working with everybody to be safe, not only for the 4th of July. So, because when we leave here, we're going to get I'm going to get my grilled chicken without skin.
I'm going to have some ribs.
There you go again. He said, I'm going to have some ribs. Eat your chicken if you want to. I mean, but that's a good thing. But it's like, I see something right there. What's that right there you got where it said legal bulletin? I'm reading your paper.
Oh, you read my paper? This is just, every year we come out with a legal bulletin internally to our staff to talk about things on the 4th of July, and mostly with the fireworks, because that's one of the biggest things that we see on the 4th of July is the fireworks, people utilizing the fireworks in the city. And like I said earlier, use of fireworks in the city of Pensacola is illegal, and that's within the city limits. So just a couple different ordinances we talk about that people can be charged with, local ordinance, the city ordinance, or the state statute. Both of them are both of them are second-degree misdemeanors.
Now, what's a city? What that first one you call
city ordinance? City ordinance.
And the next one is a what?
State statute.
Okay, now what is that?
So one is a state statute where the state legislature enacted when it comes to use of fireworks and things of that nature. And then you have the city ordinance, one that city council has enacted to deal specifically with the city and city residents and violations within the city. So both of those are second-degree misdemeanors.
Really?
Yeah, you can be fined up to $500 or serve 60 days in jail. That's why I say it is a serious matter in the city of Pensacola. Now, the state statute allows for certain provisions where you can utilize fireworks on specific holidays. Say, for instance, like New Year's, 4th of July, just as a couple. But as part of the state statute, they also carved out a section where local jurisdictions can still have a local ordinance to prohibit the use of them. And the city of Pensacola has enacted that to prohibit the use of fireworks within the city, with the exception of licensed professional fireworks displays.
Like the one that's happening tonight.
Like the one that's happening on Bayfront Parkway.
I got you.
Yes.
Okay, and everybody needs to go down to that. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy because it's safe. And take your family out there because it's going to be tonight. Like I said, nobody got to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah,
so
and it's a great time. It's right on the bay, nice
and it's
bay
so pretty
breeze.
on the water.
Yes. And the families are out there having a good time. There are food vendors. There's music, and then the fireworks go off once it gets dark, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful day.
Absolutely, and be safe. See, you ain't got to worry about it then, hurting yourself or nobody else. But you know, Chief, not only with that, I want to go back to the question when we were talking about with the safety of how we got to make sure that we keep this transparency with our youth, because I think our youth is our tomorrow.
Yes.
And we got to make sure we continue to plant that in their heads and not that little bully thing that I see, you know. I hate that in some of the kids, and I think it's peer pressure on some areas where they get pushed and you won't do that, that just could be me because I hear these kids talking, right? But by that and with the program that you have for the kids is a plus, you know, to get their heads into the right areas to do the right thing. They may even want to be a police officer when they grow up.
Right.
You know, because you all have cadets.
Yes.
How old we have to be a cadet?
18.
18. Really?
As soon as you graduate high school, you can come in and be a cadet. And there's a whole career path. I mean, you can be a cadet, then become a police officer. You can be cadet and go to different career paths now. Because sometimes people may come in and be a cadet and may want to go try to be a dispatcher or be a professional staff or be a police officer. So we have multiple avenues that someone can go working within the agency, starting at age 18. And then you start, you're getting benefits and it's a government job.
Oh, did you all hear that? We're going to talk more about that. Listen. It's been a fun day. I hope you're having a great day. We're having fun here talking to you on the 4th of July. Stay close. We got more to talk about with Chief Randel when we come back right here at Sunshine's Corner.
I just remembered it's election day. Are you going to vote?
I don't know. I don't think I'll have time today.
Millions of eligible voters in America never make it to the polls or even register to vote. When you don't vote, you're letting other people make decisions for you and pick the things your taxes will pay for. Voting is more than a civic duty. It gives you a voice about the priorities and the future of your community and our nation. Voting gives you a seat at the table.
Hey fellas, my name is Daniel Denny, owner of the Men's Clinic. And if you're suffering from ED and the bedroom has become your worst nightmare, where you no longer have the self-confidence you used to have, it doesn't have to be that way. We can help. You're not alone. We have over a 90+% success ratio with our patients. I'm so confident you'll be pleased with the results that if we can't help you, there's no charge for the office visit. I'll personally cover it.
The Reesburg Institute, Pensacola's ear, nose, throat, and voice center. We welcome you to visit us at our convenient Davis Highway location in Pensacola. At the Reesburg Institute, we offer the most advanced treatment available in a calm, stress-free environment. Since 2014, we've performed over 1,000 cases in office of balloon sinus surgery, as well as septoplasty and nasal procedures using oral sedation. The in-office procedures result in a faster healing time. Visit us and feel the difference.
Hello, my name is Eric, and this was my first visit to Little John's. The selection, the pricing here, and the customer service were outstanding. I would definitely recommend. The staff was very friendly, and they'll get you what you need.
Hi, this is John with Little John's Big and Tall here in Pensacola, Florida at 5700 North Davis Highway. Check us out at littlejohnsbigandtall.com, where we can take care of you with extra large up to 14X and large tall to 6X tall.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town. Happy 4th of July to everyone. I hope you're having a great day. I know that you are, because you're going to be safe. You're going to enjoy your families, all that cooking. And you got the grill up out there. You got the macaroni and cheese in the oven. Whew. You got the strawberry shortcake on the table. You got my grilled chicken on the stove. Whew. And being safe. And you know, Chief, we were talking about building that relationship that you have built with the community. And that's our force behind what has happened to cause us to be number 4, and that you all continue to do. So therefore you have instilled that in all your offices on how to reach and to be that servant for the community, correct?
Yes.
And it's like, even with some of the guys, I may not remember all of their names, but I always go, what's up, fam? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, it's like I saw one, I was somewhere, and I know him well, but I don't remember names well. Because I see so many people and I go, hi, hon, you know, and that's it. But he was there, he saw me, hey, Sunshine, you know, it's like, but, and what I tell people is this all the time. When you hear something, say something.
Yes.
Stay in good trouble. Those are John Lewis' final words.
Right.
Stay in good trouble. When you hear something, say something. See something, tell somebody. Stay in good trouble. And that's what I say now with the people in the community. I'm sure that you building that relationship with the people how you have. God, like I said, you everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
You do it all. And that's a good thing. And I want to commend you again on what you have instituted since I met you when you first got here. I remember when I invited you down to the station. And I still got that picture. I said, I got invited down. I got it. Oh, guys, I remember. This is DJ 4-Star. Now we're going to be I had him DJ 4-star. I'm going to be Officer Sonshine.
Officer Sonshine. We had to promote that DJ 4-star and Officer Sonshine on patrol.
There you go. When we do our ride along, that's where it's going to be. That's going to be good. But let's tell everybody the game, because I tell you, believe it or not, this hour is almost up. I can't believe it. Now, for 4th of July, let's give a recap on how we want everybody to realize today is your day to have fun, but yet be safe.
Yes, so 4th of July, we want everybody to be safe. We want safe usage of fireworks and sparklers. Just to remind everybody, in the city of Pensacola, fireworks are illegal and prohibited to use. So sparklers are safe, but if you're going to use sparklers with your children, make sure you're around them and using them in a safe manner.
Right.
If you want to see fireworks, come down to Bayfront Parkway and enjoy the professional fireworks that is being put on at 9 o'clock. And it's a great fireworks display, family-friendly, music, food, a lot of fun over the Pensacola Bay. But also make sure, we had that celebratory gunfire. Let's not do it, because what goes up must come down.
I've learned a new word, celebratory.
Yes.
Gunfire. Don't use your weapons. Get yourself a firecracker. Go back and they still sell them. But not buy them often, but those little bitty ones, get that. Because you know how kids will mimic what they see?
Yes.
We have to be careful around that, even with the fireworks that we have. Those kids are going to mimic what they see mom and daddy do. Or even when the family's there, everybody in the yard, kids mimic what they see. Exactly. And you don't want a child to lose a finger, use a hand, lose an eye.
Exactly. And today's fireworks are a lot more dangerous than they were years ago. I mean, today they're highly effective explosives, as you can see and hear those things when they go up when someone light one in your neighborhood. I mean, there's a very significant boom that goes on with that. So just imagine the amount of explosives or powder material that's in there, and if that goes off close to someone in someone's hand, or that lands on someone's residence or structure or vehicle, the amount of damage that it can cause.
Exactly. And you know how kids like to touch?
Yes.
When they see something, they have this thing, I got to touch it. So what we're saying today, my dear friends, enjoy yourselves, but be extra careful. Please be extra careful. We won't have to call Chief and all the other guys to come out to the house when you, because they go down to the Bayfront.
Right.
And have a good time, because of the fact that those things are dangerous. And Chief, I tell you, if anybody want to get in touch with you or with anybody at the force, they can call you right here in Pensacola at
435-1855. That's directly to my assistance, and we will make sure we direct the phone call either to myself or those who you may be trying to get a hold of.
Exactly.
And we talked about the Citizen Police Academy.
Yes.
So if you want to call me at that same number as well, I'll make sure you get in touch with the appropriate people and get you on the list, because that next academy will be coming up the first part of 2025, and it's a very, very exciting time, very immersive.
I bet people be coming after that a lot, don't they?
Oh yes, we get a lot, and a lot of people we get in the Citizen Police Academy are referrals from people that just attended the previous one. And like I said, we're always looking to make it better. And every time we get those evaluations, those post academy evaluations, we make a change to make it that much even better.
Okay, so that sounds like fun. So I would encourage everybody, please remember now, call if you want to talk to them and find out how you can be a part, because February is going to be here before you know it.
Yes.
We were just talking about it's already beyond half the year.
I know. Time is flying.
Hello, it is flying by so fast. We're going to be celebrating New Year's here in a moment. We're going to be talking again. They're like, it's New Year. Don't shoot those things up too high. But I say that to say, and I want to say thank you, because I've never called on you and you said no. Never. And I mean, I appreciate that. And I know you're busy. You know, I can't do it this day, but I'll do it this day. Check with my secretary. She'll get this done. She'll do it that day. My assistant, she can. And I thank you for that, because I think it's so important that we keep that connection with the community. And that's what I'm all about. I want to make sure the community feels what I feel when I talk to you.
And can I say this? I want to say thank you for what you do. You know, what you do is very, very important. You are a staple in the community, and a wonderful voice, and leader, and a person that engages the community and empowers each and every one of us to do the great things that we do. So thank you for what you do. And continue doing the great things you do.
Oh, thank you. It's going to be Sunshine. No, it's going to be DJ 4-star and Officer Sonshine. We're going to ride around, y'all. I can't wait to set that up, because I'm going to do that. He think I'm not going to call. Oh, yes, I am.
Well, that's how the DJ thing started.
That's right. We were just talking about it, and it happened. And but I'm going to do that, because I think that's a way that the community can also see. Let's Let's say happy 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. I'm not going to sing for him, okay? But Chief, thank you for coming down today on a holiday to get this taken care of so that the community can know the safety of having fun and where you can go to have fun and be more safe. And if you didn't get enough to eat at home, they got to have food trucks and everything there. So you can still get some barbecue. I bet it's going to be a lot.
It's going to be a lot. So, yeah.
I mean, it's going to be that. Chief say he gonna get his, but he want another rib. Get that chicken. But and I tell you, for all of the guys that work with you, that I know personally, and I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you for being the person that you are reachable, that we trust you, and we appreciate everything you and your force do. Because those guys, I tell you, every last one about it. Some of them I know the name, but they go, "Hi, fam." I mean. That's just the way I feel, and for the work that you've done and that you continue to do. The community appreciates you, and so do I.
I have an amazing team that works with me, that helps me, and we help each other each and every day to make sure we make this community safe in the place that it is.
Make us number what?
Number 4.
And where?
We're trying to strive higher. Number 4 in the United States.
In the United States of America, people. We are number 4, the safest city. So we got to, come on, Chief, I'm right there with them, pushing all the way, okay? We're going to make this happen.
Yes,
ma'am. But guys, I tell you, make sure, if you don't do anything else, make sure you go down to Bayfront tonight. It's going to be fun. Fireworks maybe around night, dust dark. So get there. But I'm going to leave you, my dear friends, as I do every single day. Happy 4th of July, first of all. Thank you, Chief. Happy 4th of July. Leaving you as I do, never, ever, ever lose your focus. Always remember, if you keep God first, I guarantee you this, you're going to be a total success. So until, look at this, Monday, for another day of sunshine, know that I love you with a perfect kind of love. I want you to keep shining while I'm gone. Don't use those great big cherry bombs. Don't use those great big long fire rockets. Go out and buy you a firecracker. And remember, there is a city ordinance. You can't do it in certain areas, right?
Yep, there's a city ordinance where it's prohibited in the city.
Prohibited means don't do it.
Yep.
You can't do it there. So please be safe. Enjoy your family. Come out tonight. Look to see you downtown Pensacola, where it's going to be a whole lot of fireworks and a whole lot of family. Until then, my friends, know that I love you with a perfect kind of love. Keep shining while I'm gone. Thanks, Chief.
Thank you for having me.
All right.